Games and Wario!
Hey fans, Marlon here from Games and Wario's channel. Alright, so there's a new series that I'm going to be starting up on the channel. It's called Games and Wario Vlogs. Alright, so this is where I give people tips and tricks on how to become better at what you do. Alright, especially I'm going to use myself as an example. There's plenty of series that I'm going to start up. The first one is 5 tips on how to become a voice actor, and then the next one after this is how to become a video game journalist, and then I'm going to use tips and tricks of what I use to get off into the industry, and there's hosts more. And don't worry, you can also submit what topics you want me to talk on, and I'll talk on it, and based on personal experience I can give you guys all the ideas and tips and tricks that I use to be successful at what I do. Alright, so I really want to help a lot of you people, because a lot of you people leave in the comments and say, hey, Marlon, how did you start doing Wario so much, or how did you get so successful at doing Wario? So here are 5 tips that I use personally. These are not professional tips, but tips that I use to get where I'm at today doing the voice acting. So the first thing that you want to do is you find the field that you're trying to get into. So whether it be cartoon, video games, movies, radio, commercial, etc., etc. So you want to find out, okay, if you're going into cartoons, you want to find out, okay, what character am I going to be portraying? What character am I going to be doing the voice acting for? And then you grab that character, and then I'm going to explain the second tip. All right, so the second tip is practice the language every day. Do not stop. All right, so after you narrow down the field, you find the character, now it's time for you to practice the language. Okay, so if it's a Italian cartoon character, you want to make sure that you practice the language down to the T, so you get it down, and so whenever you're doing it, you sound exactly like the character that you're portraying. All right, and there's a host of other things that goes along with it, but I'm just giving you 5 little tips on what I've used, and there's more to it, but I don't want to make this a super long video, and this is the first video of the series. Alright, so after you practice the language every day, you don't stop, you continue, wake up, I mean, you do it. Before you go to bed, wake up, sleep, whatever, in between going to work, practice, and you will become better at your craft or what you're trying to do. So the third thing is try to hum and hum loud and softly to exercise your vocal cords. So for instance, so you got to keep doing stuff like that, and then what that does is exercises your vocal cords, so it gets you ready, prepped and ready to do your voice acting for your character. All right, so step 4. Now this is where you have to have decent equipment to do voice acting. You can't just use any microphone. Now me personally, I'm using the Blue Yeti Pro microphone, which is really good. I think it's like $120. I know a lot of you people are saying, like, probably going to be saying like, oh, I don't have money like that, but you have to make sacrifices for what you want to get out of life. You work hard, you save your money, and if that's something you really want to do, trust me, you can do it. All right, so you get your Blue Yeti microphone, which I recommend the Blue Yeti because it's a very good microphone for voice acting, and trust me, there's hosts of other microphones, but this is my personal tips and this is what I've used. So you get your Blue Yeti microphone or the Blue Yeti Pro. You get a pop filter so you won't have any pop sounds while you're trying to do your voice acting, because that can be very annoying. Also, you want to make sure that your environment is very enclosed, and you have to put up your foams so you can, have everything super duper quiet. There's no echoes, there's no sounds or anything like that, so you can focus, because a lot of times when you hear sounds and stuff like that, it throws you off. So you want to be focused and channeled into what you really want to do. So you get your pop filter, you get your foam to seal off your environment, so you make sure that everything around you is enclosed and everything's good and there's no sound coming in and stuff like that. You people understand what I'm saying there. Also, you want to get a decent recording software. I use Sony Vegas, and some people use Adobe After Effects, to record their sound, or Adobe Premiere. There's a lot of different sound recording programs that you can use, but I personally use Sony Vegas. Now what else? Yeah, so that's all I have to say on topic tip 4. All right, so the last one is always warm up your voice before beginning any project. So always warm up, you know, like me, before I do Wario, I'm just like all hyper. I'm always hyper when I do Wario because he comes out a lot better for me. So make sure you're in a good mood when you're doing it, and make sure that you're really excited and you're like, yes, I want to do this character, whether it be Mickey Mouse or whatever character, like I said before in the first tip that you're trying to portray. You want to make sure that you're warmed up and drink a bottle of water. I cannot stress this enough. I have water in here. Before I do Wario, I drink a bottle of water so I can clear my throat. Whatever is in my throat, the water will get rid of it and it will get me prepped and ready to do my voice acting and stuff like that. So always warm up. So like me, I'm like, hey, yeah, let's go, yeah, you know, try to warm up. And then once you warm up and do little stuff like what I just did, then it will kind of get you in the zone on what you're doing. All right, so that wraps up the first Games and Wario vlog. Leave in the comments down below. Let me know what y'all think about this. This is the first vlog that I've ever done on the channel, and it's something new I'm trying to do on the channel, to expand the channel a bit from the games and all that kind of stuff, and try to give you tips and tricks of the fields that I'm in. And I'm pretty sure people are interested in how to be a voice actor, tips and tricks on how to request games from game publishers, how to be a journalist, stuff like that, stuff that I've been doing my entire life, and I want to share that with you people. Give this video 150 likes and I'll make another series. All right, so until then, stay subscribed for more content to come, and peace. The pleasure was all mine. I hope this video was really helpful for people having questions and concern about want to do voice acting. This is just 5 beginner steps, 5 tips that I've used that helped me along the way on YouTube and in my professional life. Peace.
It's me, Wario. Click my nose to subscribe. What are you waiting for? Come on. Come on.